So I talked to a lot of people who are a little bit confused about what format videotape they have. And it's totally understandable. Invariably we've gone through a series of cameras with different tape formats, and they all end up in the same bag or the same box, and nobody remembers what they have. So I'm going to do a very brief tutorial about what videotape format is what. So we'll start with the oldest format, which is Betamax. This was developed by Sony in the 70s. This is the tape format. I don't see very many of these. A couple of times a year someone will call up with some old beta tapes. This was really in a hot competition in the 70s and 80s with VHS. Ultimately VHS won out. It was less expensive, it was cheaper for manufacturers to produce this than the proprietary Sony tape. Ironically, the quality of the Betamax tapes was significantly better. It was noticeably better than VHS, but the low cost VHS format won out. So this is really the most common of the very old format. A variation to this, which was also very common, was the VHS-C. VHS-C uses the exact same tape as in the larger VHS cassettes. These are physically a smaller cassette, went into a smaller camera. These cameras are always getting smaller and lighter. A little confusion about this. VHS-C would not go into a VCR, so a cassette adapter was developed, which is the same size as the VHS. And you pop this in here and it closes up, and then the whole unit would go into the VCR. VHS-C was in competition with another format called 8mm. Now the 8mm tape is again a smaller cassette, it's thinner, went into again a smaller camera. This was initially an analog format like all the other ones. It did morph over time into a digital variety, so you may see these referred to as 8mm or high 8 or digital 8. It's the same cassette, same tape. So after 8mm came Mini DV. Mini DV is again a smaller cassette, went into a physically smaller camera. This is a digital format. This is also the same size tape cassette that's used for HD cameras that run on a tape. So the era of videotape is actually ending. This is going to be the last format that will be available for camcorders. Everything else will be recorded to internal hard drives or a memory chip of some format. And there are several of those out there right now. But this is the end of the line for tape. So at first we had Betamax, and that competed with VHS being the ultimate victor. And then VHS with its VHS-C format, which is a smaller cassette. So as people were using VHS-C, the 8mm format was developed. And that's what that size cassette looks like. And then after 8mm came Mini DV. So these are the three most common of the smaller tape formats. VHS-C, 8mm, also known as high 8 or digital 8, and then Mini DV.